Faking Love with the Billionaire Enemy. Chapter 7. The Bogus Return. Getting back into a routine at home was more difficult than we anticipated. Henning had to stay downstairs in Dad's room till he was fully healed, and the doctor said we should expect it to take months. So I had to apply myself more around the house, with cooking, laundry, and all the other chores required to keep the house running. The added responsibility was taking its toll on me, and though originally Marcus had offered to get us some help around the house, I had politely declined, but now I couldn't retrace my steps to ask for help. Henning was practically immobile, so he needed help with almost everything. Getting out of bed, going to the bathroom, just movement in general. Since it was just the both of us, I assumed I could manage, but it had barely been 3 days and I was struggling. It all ended when Henning called Marcus for help because I couldn't hear him call me. He had tried to reach me for over 20 minutes, but I had passed out from exhaustion. Marcus rushed over to the house, helped Henning, then looked all around the house for me till he found me passed out. He carried me to my room and placed me on the bed. Then he hired a chef and housekeeper before he left. I jerked awake after a few hours and was shocked to find myself in my room. I ran downstairs to check on Henning, and the aroma of food wafted past my nose. Henning explained what had happened to me, and I felt so embarrassed. "You did your best, Zoe. You too deserve some rest," he comforted. "Thank you, Henning." I walked into the kitchen and made myself a plate with the food the chef had prepared, and savored every bite of it. I too deserve some rest. I repeated it to myself until I began to believe it. A few days later, I got a call from the office. "Morning, Mr. Rufus." "Why haven't you resumed work, Zoya?" Mr. Rufus asked. "I don't understand what you mean." "You were the one who called to suspend me," I answered, confused. "Yes. Now I'm calling to ask why you haven't resumed." "How am I expected to resume work if I'm suspended, Mr. Rufus?" I asked. "If you put 2 and 2 together, you would realize your suspension has been lifted. But I guess I have to spell it out for you," he hissed. "Sir, I do not appreciate the tone nor manner you are speaking to me in. Your message has been delivered." "Good. You are expected to be at work tomorrow." "That isn't possible, sir. I will make the proper arrangements and get back to work as soon as I can. Honestly, I cannot be bothered enough to argue with you. Suit yourself, Zoya. If it costs you this job, that is your responsibility. Bye, sir." I was stunned. I couldn't figure out if I should be happy to finally have my job back, disgusted at Mr. Rufus' nasty attitude, or sad to be leaving Henning. I slowly walked downstairs, my mind trying to wrap itself around what just happened. By the time I got to the bottom of the stairs, Marcus was letting himself into the house. "Hey, Marcus." "Hey, baby. Good morning. How's your morning going?" As he kisses me on the forehead. "Morning, Marcus, it's confusing." "What is wrong?" "You look like your dog just died," Marcus asked, teasing. "My boss just called." "Oh. So I'm guessing good news?" "Yes and no," I answered. "Elaborate." He asked me why I hadn't resumed work when he was the person who called to suspend me. Then he said I was expected to be at work tomorrow. "Sounds like good news to me, Zoya. You wanted your job back and now you got it. Except, how do I just up and leave? Especially now, Henning is hurt, and everything is going on at the casino. So many things are going on here. I can't just leave you both." "Listen to me carefully, Zoya," Marcus ordered. "I promised you I would get you your job back, and now I have. You wanted your old life back as soon as possible, and now you got it, so what is the issue here? Just be grateful, and do not try to complicate things here. You need to go back to your old life, back into your bubble, and stay out of ours. You've been out of our lives for 10 years, don't think a few months is enough to make you irreplaceable. We've been doing just fine without you, you leaving even now won't change a thing." "Wow," I said. "Thank you for making this clear for me. I understand now, this was all a game to you. How stupid of me to expect anything more from you. I pulled off the engagement ring and threw it at him. The engagement is off. It would be better for the both of us if you left right now, I ordered. That's fine. I'm not here for you anyway, Zoya, he retorted. Do I look like someone who cares, Marcus? Leave now. He took a deep breath and walked out the door, slamming it behind him. I let out a sigh and sat there for a minute. I decided to speak to Henning about it before making my final decision. Henning? I called from the door to check if he was asleep. I'm here, come on in, he responded. Hey. Hey, what's up? How do you feel today? I asked, looking at his bandaged chest. Alive, just happy to be alive. He answered. I chuckled, that's cool. It is, isn't it? Where's Marcus? I thought I heard him come in. Oh. I asked him to leave. Why? We were supposed to discuss my physical therapy today. I'm sorry, I guess he'll be back, I replied. What happened, Zoe? I thought you both were finally getting along. Yay, I thought so too, I answered. So then, why did you ask him to leave? Did he try to hurt you? Henning asked, concerned. Well, you know how that day we came to clean Dad's room and found those letters, I almost lost my job? I started. What? My boss called to suspend me. What? Why is this the first time I'm hearing this, Zoe? Henning asked. Well, Marcus said he would handle it if I agreed to fulfill Dad's last wish. You mean the engagement? I nodded in affirmation. Is that why you agreed to do it in the first place? Henning asked, disappointed. It's one of the reasons, I answered. One of them? Henning. All right, go ahead. So I thought about it and decided to give him my own terms as well. This morning my boss called to scold me for not resuming work. How? Exactly. I was stunned. He said I was expected to be there tomorrow. How is that even possible? Honestly, I don't know what he expects, but I'm not going tomorrow. So it turns out that Marcus made the calls he said he would and got me off suspension. But he didn't tell me he was going to do it. And I don't think now is a good time to go back. Zoe. And I mentioned it to him when I saw him. So much is happening here. I can't just up and leave, I said, sighing. Then he said I thought I was irreplaceable, and I needed to go back into my bubble, and no one needs me here. Wow. I know. I felt so insulted and used. I threw the ring at him, told him the engagement was off and to leave. I said, palming my forehead. Zoe, you have every reason to feel that way. But I think he's right. What? No. Not the irreplaceable part. The going back to work part. Zoe, you can't pause your life for other people. You are an entire entity on your own, and you deserve to make decisions that serve you the most. Not putting everyone else into consideration and taking the back seat. This is your life, and for as long as I've known you, this job has been an important part of it. So I will not support you risking it for me or Marcus. We will be fine, we'll find a way to survive without you. As we always have for the last 10 years. So please put yourself first and make your decision according to what you want and believe in. Henning. No, Zoe. Say less, go think about it and decide what you want to do. There's no pressure to rush anything, okay? Okay. I got up and went back to my room. There was nothing more to say or do. I wasn't needed here, that was for sure. At that point I realized I had overstayed my welcome. Henning may have wanted me here, but that was it. On the other hand, there was my job. My boss made it feel like a chore, but I loved my job. Being a real estate agent had always been my dream. I was making money, taking care of myself, and helping people live in spaces that made them feel whole and made them come alive. The look on people's faces when their dream house aligns with reality is priceless. It makes you feel like a superhero, bringing their dreams and wishes to life. This was the life I chose, and I would rather be there alone than around people who didn't appreciate me, nor want me around. Never again. I decided I was leaving. I took my time and began packing my things, folding them neatly and going in sections, making sure I didn't miss anything. By evening I was done. I went downstairs to share a meal with Henning, but could hear him talking to Marcus. The confrontation wasn't worth the stress, so I got some food and went back to my room. Morning came, and I got myself ready to leave. I checked and double-checked my room to make sure nothing important was left. Then I went to see Henning, and told him I had decided to leave. He was sad to see me go, but it was necessary. The housekeeper helped me bring my suitcases downstairs and hail a taxi. "I'll miss you, Henning," I said, hugging him goodbye. "I'll miss you too, Zoe. It was good to have you back, even if it was just for a little while," he replied. "It was good to be back. Take care of yourself." "I will. Have a safe trip." I nodded in acknowledgement and walked out of the house. I took one last long look at it and asked the taxi to drive off.